Time is 5 o'clock on this April 7th, 2020. It is time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening, April 7th, 2020. 5 o'clock and 63 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news is Governor Baker announces an $800 million in funding for mass healthcare providers to fight coronavirus. Acting Navy Secretary offers to resign over Iron and virus-stricken aircraft carrier. Trump removes Inspector General overseeing and $2 trillion coronavirus relief package days after he was appointed. New data in the New York coronavirus deaths. Most of these underlying illnesses, 61% were men. Trump decries IG report on hospital shortages as another fake dossier. Pelosi says next stimulus round will be $1 trillion more. Kayleigh McEnany is President Trump's new press secretary. No respite from Trump's ridiculous and foolishness. They turned out to vote in Wisconsin during health crisis. Why Black Americans are at higher risk for coronavirus. White House coronavirus unit ordered to work from home after positive COVID-19 test. Who is Dominic Raab as coronavirus puts on for the improbable UK leader? Hydroxychloroquine evidence for treating COVID-19 is weak. Japan declares state of emergency as coronavirus infection surge. Turkey asks residents to self-isolate. Boston Sports Clubs faces federal lawsuit after continuing to charge members. The Dow briefly gave up at all 40-point gain as stock market rally stumbles head and close. It stocks today about 137.05 at 22.817.04. SP 5 down 4.27 at 26.59.41. And Nasdaq down 25.98 at 78.87.26. Walmart sued by family and worker killed by coronavirus. Many struggling homeowner does not get into the mortgage relief U.S. promise. Democrats want condition of new funding for a small business loan. Supermoon in April will be the biggest supermoon of 2020. Scientists visualize a black hole plasma jet in unprecedented detail. SpaceX Dragon cargo ship, the last of its kind, returns to Earth from space station. White House votes for international support for space resource rights. Make coronavirus and as cases, deaths increase, and number of patients on ventilators drops. Cases top 69 in Los Angeles County and 169 deaths reported. News from wires. A new United Nations report accused the Syrian government forces and its allies of targeted attacks on healthcare facilities in the nation's newly heavily contested northwest. Cherry trees absorb carbon emissions, South Korea scientists said. Scientists have been developed decomposable plastic. Israel bans travel from city to city ahead of a Passover, and U.S. biplane was seen flying over South Korean airspace on Tuesday morning, local time according to the Line Aviation Tracker. White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham will return to the president's office and resume her former roles. Melania Trump, spokesperson and chief of staff. Bomb cyclone to bring blast the winter back to parts of the northeast. SpaceX Dragon splashes down after trip to space station. Border forbearance surges amid coronavirus pandemic. A federal appeals court on Tuesday lifted an injunction on federal executions, siding with Attorney General William Barr's plan to carry out lethal injections at the federal level. President Trump on Tuesday removed the Pentagon's Inspector General, the person who was selected to lead the new Pandemic Response Accountability Committee. New York State on Tuesday reported its greatest single-day death toll from the coronavirus pandemic over hospitalization decline, Governor Andrew Cuomo said. WeWork Special Committee set to file the lawsuit Tuesday against stopping up alleged breach of fiduciary duty after the holding company withdrew its 3% gender lifestyle. Since the coronavirus outbreak exploded in early March, 95% of people in the United States made a change in their lifestyle, including stockpiling food and practicing social distancing, researchers report. Peter Children's time is 5:03. Rentham shuts its parks and recreation areas and Mountain has closed school facilities to the public until further notice because of COVID-19. State police are investigating a crash on Interstate 195 Tuesday morning that involved an ambulance and a quarter van transported COVID-19 samples. Eastern for the last couple of years, Sisters Mary Frederickson and Jeanette Mono have been together the same Eastern nursing home. It was a first person who lived there. 13 residents and 5 staff test positive for coronavirus at random nursing home. Five residents of Alliance Health at West Acres, a 130-bed nursing home in Buckton, died after contracting the coronavirus company facility located at 804 Pleasant Street. Amid socialization, 94-year-old Buckton Maynard filled by surprise parade. Buckton launched a small business worker program grants. Stuart Alter's policy during pandemic will similar to the Buckton still taking. South Shore Hospital sees surging coronavirus cases as this won't end in days or quite frankly weeks from now, and the mindset is to be weeks, if not months. Sons of Mayor, former sergeants wanted as Quincy police officers, fired destroys, fishermen stopped at Plymouth Beach, Johnson suspected. Peter Children's time is 5:05. Time now for support. Brady's Leslie will be affected by fail. Wilson Gibby on the NFL All-Decade team. Canelo Bay starters on a mate, and as MLB's crazy Arizona 2020 plan could have terrible consequences. And Dane Watson, the UFC 2.9 take place at sequel location drives the group Providence for future bites. Peter Children's time 5:06. Time now for Peter Channel traffic and transit check. Baby on the MBTA. On the subway, looking. Needham Line train 7601, 4:10 p.m. from South Station number train 25 minutes past between West Parkway and Needham Mines due to early police activity. And the commuter rail looking good. And on the subway, looking good. Okay, highways and byways in New England. '91 northbound side, Autoroute 55, a little bit slow. Just around, headed towards Sherbrooke. Peter Children's side, 5:06 and 91 northbound side, a little bit slow. Okay. Before we get on to the weather, there are 96 new coronavirus deaths, 1,365 new cases reported in Massachusetts. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health has confirmed 96 new COVID-19 related deaths across the state. Tuesday afternoon, bringing the state's total 356 in the states that the death toll reported Tuesday includes deaths that occurred over the weekend in the past 24 hours. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases rose to a new total of 1,522 today, DPH reported. The DPH has 958 cases that have been reported statewide at 129 different long-term care facilities. As of Tuesday afternoon, DPH said 81,344 people have been tested in Massachusetts, according to state health officials. Patients have been hospitalized at 1,435 cases, while 4,316 patients did not have to be hospitalized. DPH said 9451 cases remain under investigation. In Bristol County, 768 cases. So Governor Baker said, social distancing the greatest weapon against the virus. So I'm doing my part. And then speaking of the part, I did some social distancing very well because it was beautiful outside. It was perfect weather for a walk or a run or relaxing underneath the sun. There'll be an elevated fire weather potential for across Massachusetts today until 6 p.m. This is due to relative humidity dropping to 20 to 30% this afternoon with west winds occasionally gets to 25 miles at lowest relative humidities and strongest wind gusts will be across the interior. The best to be produced in collaboration with the state of Massachusetts about a combination of Recreation Bureau and Forest Fire Control. Okay. Taking a look at 7-day forecast. Goes like this. Increased clouds for tonight, low 89 degrees. Warm spot 5 to 7 miles an hour coming in the evening for Wednesday. Rain like rain for noon, clouds cover 49 degrees. Northeast spot 6 miles an hour. Church spaces 6 neutral spot between a 10 and 1/4 inch possible for Wednesday night. Mostly clouds about 36 degrees. Cloud wind first. Thursday showers supposed to be a thunderstorm. 151 degrees. Let's southeast wind becoming south and about 10 miles in the morning. What's good? Because I was 29 miles an hour. Just at 9%. New miles between and 49 inch pulse buffer. Thursday, slight gentle showers before 8 p.m. Partly clouds by 36 degrees. West about 9, 11 miles an hour. Because I was 24 miles an hour. Just at 30%. Friday, gentle showers before 4 p.m. Partly south about 49 degrees. West about 10 to 30 miles an hour. Because I was 26 miles an hour. Just at 30% for Friday night. Partly clouds by 36 degrees. West about 9 miles an hour. Because I was 21 miles an hour. Saturday, most sides by 52 degrees. Low 34. West about 6 miles an hour, gust size. 22 miles an hour. Sunday, most south by 57 degrees. Southwest about 5 to 9 miles an hour, gust size. 20 miles an hour. Saturday, shot likely most gusts at 30 to 45 degrees. South about 7 miles an hour, gust size. 20 miles an hour, just a 6 cent. But Monday, shot likely south by 60 degrees. Southeast about 10 miles an hour, coming southwest in the afternoon. With good gust size. 30 miles an hour, just a 6 cent by the night. Part cups 39 degrees. West about 6 miles an hour, gust size. 20 miles an hour for Tuesday, most south by 54 degrees. West about 7 miles an hour, right now, northern it's for 64 degrees. That's coming for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this April 7th, 2020 on a Tuesday afternoon. Night viewers, if you have a good afternoon, goodbye. Stay safe, stay positive, be well, and be healthy. And I'll see you at 10 o'clock for a 10 o'clock report. Hope you have a good evening.